Brianna and John, congratulations on your wedding. I'm glad to hear about it. I'm an advocate of marriage, obviously. I've been a little red-pilled in relationships lately as I have struggled through some. But you know what? The most important thing is just being sure that you put each other first, or at least take time to make sure you're serving each other. Yeah, as long as you're old enough and committed to each other, statistically, your age and your level of education actually help your marriage. So.
Hey guys, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. Kody Brown alludes to a split. Yes, a split. A split. All right, Kody has a Cameo account and he's done a few cameos, and I'm not gonna lie, I joined his fan club. I didn't have to pay though, and when I joined his fan club, I was able to gain access to some of his videos that he has made for some of his fans. And he has about, I don't know, 5 or 6 cameos that he's made, and he's already upped his price from $60 to $64.99.
Brianna, Kody Brown here. So just wanted to say hi. Eileen, your friend. I suppose Eileen is your friend. I would guess that Eileen is your friend. She wanted me to actually send a message to you guys. Well wishes. She just wants you guys to be wished well. And so for me, Kody Brown, I wish you well. Now,
in one of the videos, Kody is sort of giving a pep talk, or sort of like congratulations to a couple that I don't know if they're celebrating something. He was incredibly, I don't even know how to call it. He was so like about himself. And I was like, okay, that's Kody, right? Well, there's been a lot of speculation that he and Christine have split because, one, she just put her house on the market. 2, they were at a really tough crossroads at the end of last season where she said that she couldn't do marriage with Kody anymore. She wanted to move back to Utah. Kody did not want to move back to Utah. The other wives, Janelle and Robin and Mary, didn't want to move back to Utah. So she was stuck in a situation that she didn't want to be in. And she said that she didn't want to live her life the way Mary lived it. So Mary was like, no, you just have to stay. You've got to endure to the end. Endure to the end is a saying in the polygamy world that even though it's hard and even though all of this feels impossible that's going on around you within the polygamous relationships because of the bitterness and the jealousy and the fighting and all of that happens, and husbands that are not able to adequately split their time between all of the different wives and all of the kids and all of their needs because it's feasibly and physically impossible. So endure to the end is sort of the saying. They tell them that although it's hard, it'll get you to the greater place of the celestial kingdom, and then you can have your kingdom in heaven with God. Endure to the end means there's a lot of misery on the earth, and it means that most people that are in the world of polygamy do not have good relationships. Now, on the heels of this, we met the Browns, who insisted that they were a normal family that just happened to have 4 wives and 1 husband, and that they were happy and everything was great. Except over the last 10 years, we have seen the cracks that have been happening in this marriage, most notably in the beginning when he brought in Robin while Miss Christine was pregnant with her 6th child, Truly. That marriage really did dampen the birth of Truly. It distracted Kody from his new daughter, and it really did place Christine in a situation where she went from the favorite wife to now like the next wife. Like she's discarded. In the world of polygamy, from people I've talked with, the new wives are considered the fresh meat, and the fresh meat are the ones that can give the father new kids. Fathers are encouraged to make and breed and get as many women pregnant so they can have as big of an army as possible, so that when they get to heaven, they can have their little kingdom. So the goal on earth is to impregnate women as many times as you can, have as many children as possible, and when one wife is done breeding, you find a new wife to breed with. So with Christine on the tail end of her breeding years, and Mr. Kody still wanting kids, and Robin at the time being in her early 30s, there was still adequate time for them to have children. Got it? So Christine is then discarded because she's done having kids, and Robin comes up the ramp and she's going to have 2 of his kids, and then he also adopts her 3 others. So they add 5 more children to the family. During that time, Robin and Kody actually get married because he wants to adopt the kids and put them on insurance, even though he doesn't insure his other kids, which is so gross if you think about it. Mary ends up getting a divorce from Kody in order for them to do this, allegedly. Mary then gets into a catfish relationship. Kody dumps Mary. Mary's miserable. That's where they're at today. Kody still can't forgive her. Now, on to Christine. Christine has hinted that she is leaving Kody. And Kody has been less than interested in dealing with the drama in this past season, literally said that he would much rather not advocate for polygamy anymore. So check this out. In the video cameo that he just made, he tells them that he has been red-pilled by one of the wives in some of the women in his life. Check it out.
Mariana and John, congratulations on your wedding. I'm glad to hear about it. I'm an advocate of marriage, obviously. I've been a little red-pilled in relationships lately as I have struggled through some. But you know what? The most important thing is just being sure that you put each other first, or at least take time to make sure you're serving each other properly, kindly, and in all the ways you can. So,
okay, so he says he's been red-pilled. He's an advocate for marriage, but he's been red-pilled in some of the marriages that he's had, and that, you know, as long as you stay focused on the needs of one another and you serve one another and you're there for one another and you do things together and blah, 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 everything will work out. But I thought it was an interesting idea where he says red-pilled, because when I've been on Twitter, I've noticed that Kody has this really big, like, he follows a lot of alt-right sites. He also seems to be like a libertarian or someone that doesn't believe in the government and would want no government, period. But it was the red pill analogy that really instilled in me that he must be on the fringe or the alt-right of his politics, because a red pill is something that is sort of this like internet lore that is used. Now, it originally originated from the Matrix. There was the blue pill and the red pill. In the internet world, the masculine group of alt-right people on the fringe that hate women have turned red pill into this misogynistic, women-hating analogy about how all women are jealous and vindictive and liars and they're cheaters and they'll manipulate you, that feminism is wrong, that men are being emasculated by women and oppressed. Society is becoming too feminized and less masculine. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And it's an angry right men's group. So when someone says they are being red-pilled, they're basically saying that women are the reason that everything's wrong in this world. So on Reddit, where part of this really originated, the red pill world is called Discussions of Strategies in a Culture Increasingly Lacking a Positive Identity for Man. So one of the most popular posts from this says, when a woman insults you, belittles you, mocks you, or says something provocative to get a reaction, these are all examples of active tests. So permeated beliefs of this subreddit are that all women are evil, all women cheat, and that because of that, it's always the woman's fault. It's never the man's fault when a relationship actually is falling apart. The man is always the victim of the woman. These men believe that everything that women do is wrong, and that because women are evil and vindictive and they cheat and they lie and they're manipulators, they're the reason why all relationships fail. So the fact that he says his relationships have been red-pilled, it means that his relationships have been sabotaged by women's lying, cheating, or manipulating, or their feminist ideals. So if a woman doesn't want to put up with a man that has the red pill mentality that all women are bad and that women need to be subservient and that men are the leaders, and a woman doesn't want to subscribe to that, but a man does, you know you're with a red pill man that lives like that has those beliefs. So he says that one of his relationships has been red-pilled, meaning that someone in his life has done something, one of the women, that he believes caused the relationship to sour. It's never his fault. It's always the women's fault. So what do we know about Christine and why this red pill could be related to her and why it's related to Mary as well? He believes that all women are cheaters, meaning Mary cheated on him with the catfish. Oh, for shame, even though he's married to 4 women. Okay. So he's been red-pilled by Mary. Christine does not want to live in the life that he has put forth for her. She wants more freedom, independence, and she doesn't want to live the way that Mary has. She is not satisfied in a situation where her needs and her daughter's needs are not primary and not considered at the top. She has said that Kody just really doesn't consider her. That's how she feels. And she's tired of not being anyone's priority. So Christine has been taking steps to be more, I guess, independent. And because of that, and because she doesn't want to put up with his bullcrap, now he's effectively red-pilled Christine. Once you're red-pilled and your relationship is bust, it's not his fault, it's their fault, because they proved they're liars, they're cheaters, they're evil, they're manipulators, they're feminists. So if you gain any sort of independence and you're someone that ascribes to the red pill belief system, you're out of luck that the person that you're with will ever take accountability for their role in how everything fell apart. So Kody admits that he's been red-pilled in a couple relationships, which to me suggests that there has been splits here. Although I can't confirm this, knowing that Christine's house is now on the market and he's saying that there has been red pills, I think that on the horizon, perhaps we will see one of these women actually leave him. Maybe it's Christine. All right, you guys, tell me what your thoughts are. Would you want to date someone who ascribes to the red pill belief? Or do you think Kody's still a perm D-bag? Tell me in the comments below. Bye, guys.